Alongside Bryan Hayes, and after a brutal start to the year, let's be honest, it was brutal. Alex Ovechkin, the grade 8 goals in his last 8 games. He's now 56 goals shy of Wayne Gretzky's all-time goal-scoring mark. Has he shown you enough over this recent stretch to make you think, forget the slow start? He's a lock still, again, to catch Gretzky.
Absolutely. He was always a lock.
You're a believer,
Even without the slow start, or with the slow start, he was a lock, Gino. This guy is going to play until he's 45 if he has to.
That's
he's committed
sad.
to it. It might be, and I hope it doesn't get to that point. Again, I'm not advocating for that. I think you got to give credit where it's due at this point. He's starting to score a lot of goals, 8 goals in his last 8 games. Even earlier in the season, though, you and I, we talk about this. He was playing a lot of minutes, first power play, getting shots on net. You extrapolate that over time, eventually it's going to break. He's not going to score goals as creatively as he could in his prime because he can't get there. He can't do it anymore. But he still can line up one-timers. He can use his body to get to the front of the net, tap in pucks. Sometimes they got to be easy. Sometimes there's got to be freebies, and the chase is on. He's committed to it. His teammates are committed to it. The owner's committed to it. The fan base in Washington, that's all that matters. They do not care about Stanley Cups. They don't care about wins. They care about goals for Alex Ovechkin. It's a great record, though, Gino.
It is a great record,
and he's got his eyes set on it, and we all know that that's where it's going.
Even with this hot streak, Ovechkin's on a pace to finish this year with just 24 goals. That would bring him to 48 shy of Gretzky's record at the end of the season. That means 2 more 24-goal seasons. He's 38 right now. I did the math, and it really wasn't that hard. That means he'd be going for the record at 40. Could that become really more sad than a celebration?
I think there could be moments where it does get tough to watch, but it will be triumphant by the end of it.
Is that what you want as your memory, though?
That will not be the memory. The memory in 20 years will be that he holds the record, that he won all those Hearts, that he won all those Rockets, that he won a Stanley Cup, that he's the greatest Russian-born player ever, and he's a top 10 player all time. That's what it's going to be, right? I mean, you look at a lot of different streaks that eventually came to conclusion. Patrick Marleau kept playing. Gordie Howe kept playing. Chris Chelios would come back. There were different times where you're like, is this really necessary? But when all is said and done and the dust settles and you get to that goal number. But you're still talking about
those sad finishes.
I know, but he's not there right now, Gino. Like, he is not a sad 24 goals is nothing to sneeze at. I mean, that's a pretty good season.
But compared to Ovi.
I get it, but you can't expect him to score at that rate every single year of his career. I think he's the greatest goal scorer ever. He's been doing it consistently since he got into the league. As a rookie, he had 50 goals. Yeah. He's not going to do that every single year. I think you should enjoy it. I would like to believe it'll get to a point where it's a celebration. I hope. I'm on the same wavelength as you. I don't want to see this guy playing when he's 42, 43, out there trying to get, pucks off knees and backs. And, I don't want to see that. I hope it's a clapper from the slot where he passes Gretzky, and I still believe it will be the case in the next 2.5 years.
I want to put you on the spot, but I need a quick answer. You keep calling him the greatest goal scorer of all time. I agree with you. No doubt about that. But does your boy, Austin Matthews, have a chance at usurping that title? He's still just 26.
Absolutely he does.
He's still a kid.
Yes,
he's still way short.
Yes, he does. He does. When you look at the pace, the numbers, he's ahead of Ovechkin at where Ovi was in his career. And Ovi had that dip where he dropped into the 30s for a couple of years. Austin Matthews' dip was 40 goals. And now he's going to spring right back and probably score 70+. Absolutely. Matthews is right on his tail. We just saw it in the NFL. Brady and Mahomes. I'm telling you, it's going to happen here. Ovechkin and Matthews. I would not be shocked if in 10 years we're having the same conversation about Austin Matthews.
Oh, we'll be really surprised if in 10 years we're having this conversation about Austin Matthews, because I'll be somewhere playing pickleball. You'll still be working.